If you'd like to visit my online store, Papa's Trains, Toys, CDs, and more, just go to papatrains.com, and when you get to the landing page, scroll down and you'll see a Papa's Trains logo. Click the logo and it'll take you to my store. See you there. One of the models that I carry in my store is called Malden Station. It's an N-scale model, and I'm going to build it to put on my N-scale layout, so I just thought I would do a little film of it and let you see how I put it together. See how easy it is. Now, I've already laid out all the pieces on my piece of glass. If you watch my essential tips, tools, and tricks video, you'll remember I told you how easy it is to work on a piece of glass and how nice it is to have it there. Put our instruction under the glass so it's right there for us to see. Now, the first thing that we're going to do, take our little anvil and an X-Acto knife, and we're going to remove the pieces. Now, this works well because we can find the flat edge. These little pieces keep you, it's hard to get to where everything's exactly flat if you're cutting on a piece of glass. But if you've got something, for me this little jeweler's anvil works really nice, but you could have anything that got you up to a point with a hard enough surface where you can take an X-Acto knife. A sprue cutter works real good, but it still leaves little nibs. This gets rid of the nibs. When I do that, there's nothing. That little piece is just, it's smooth as a whistle there where I cut that off. Nothing to smooth, nothing anything. So what we do is we go through and we cut all of the pieces from the sprues. Now, it would take me a long time to sit here, and it would be laborious and tedious for you to watch me cut all of these things away. So through a little bit of magic of time-lapse photography, I'm going to put this together in a little quicker way. You'll see what's fixing to happen here in a minute. Now cut all of these away from the sprues, and as you can see, there's 5 major sides to the building, so to speak. And we have a sprue full of little windows and doors. Now what I'm going to do, I'm not going to make you sit through that, but I'm going to cut all of those away and I'm going to glue them in, and I'm going to show you what happens as I glue them in. Now there's several of these little pieces like this, because those are little dormers, I guess you would call them, that go upstairs and they're to be glued on later. But they also have a little window that's to be glued in them. And there it is with the window glued in. Now this little guy also comes with a page of graphics. As you can see, you can choose what you want to put on the side of it, or you don't have to put anything on the side at all, but I just thought I'd show you the graphics are there. Now as you can see, I've cut all of my pieces from the sprues, and in my tips and tricks I've showed you that what I use is a little bucket-like device to put all my parts in that I've cut out. That way I can sort of keep up with them and not lose them, not fall off on the floor and that sort of stuff. But these are the sides. The next step on our instructions shows gluing all of the sides onto the base. Now, I find it best to glue the sides up and then put them on the base. So, let me get out my little holding device, and we'll glue these sides up and make all the walls stand up. Well, as you can see, I've been busy. It turned out that I was able to put the sides and the back and this part of the front together and use my little squaring device, and that turned out pretty nice. But in order, this protrudes, sticks out a little bit. So as you can see, what I did, I took this front and then glued the wings on it, and then glued it back to the side. There's little ridges that stick up on the base, and that makes it where it's easy to put that in the right place and square it up just right. So anyway, now I'm fixing to flip over my instructions and we'll get to the next part. Now as you can see, we've got this part together, so now we're down to the roof system. I don't know if you can see the instructions, but it has a blown apart thing where you can look see what you got to do. This of course goes on here, but these little dormers are glued to the outside, so I think I'm going to put them on first before I put the roof on. That way I can handle it however I have to. It also has a little roof that goes on the dormer. It's going to be cute. So I got to glue all that up. Let me do some gluing and I'll come back to you. Okay, now as you can see, I've been busy with my gluing. See the little dormers? Little dormer on the end, little dormer on that side. And it did turn out to be very good that I did not glue this top on first. I was able to handle it in all kind of ways to hold those little pieces on there. So I would highly advise you to glue your dormers on first before you glue the roof to the building. Alright, let me do the next step and we'll talk again in a minute. Okay, it appears that we have a little tiny phone booth that goes right here. So this is going to be delicate. Let me do some gluing and I'll be back. Well, as you can see, we did successfully get our little phone booth on there, and I can tell you that my magnifying light proved to be very beneficial. These are little small pieces, and applying that stuff with that toothpick allowed me to be very accurate with putting the glue on there. So if you can afford one of these lights, they sure are nice. This little N-scale stuff is small. But this is fun. I know they have built-ups now and you don't have to put things together anymore, but that's not the point. The fun is in the building of it. Okay, let me do a little more and we'll come back and talk some more. Well, as you can see, we're getting there a little at a time. We've got the roof on now and got the eave on for the large piece. Little phone booth. Now what we've got to do, we've got the side part of the station to go. I don't know if you can see the model box here. Let's pull the box up so we can look at it. Getting closer. We've got this little part to put on, and we have some Malden Station. My grandbaby's going to love this. Alright, let me get started on that side. Well, it's finally finished. It's an enjoyable evening. Love the little windows at the top. Back side. Phone booth. Front side. Got your loading station over here. Now don't forget, if you think you'd like to build one and put one on, this is an N-scale model here, but we have them in our store, Papa's Trains, Toys, CDs, and more. Go to papatrains.com and click on the little logo and it'll take you to the store. Well, I've enjoyed doing this for you. Hope you enjoyed watching. God bless you. Now don't forget, if you'd like to visit my online store, Papa's Trains, Toys, CDs, and more, just go to papatrains.com, and when you get to the landing page, scroll down and you'll see a Papa's Trains logo. Click the logo and it'll take you to my store. See you there.